Hello, YouTube. It is Don Marshall, the obscure Lord of the Rings facts guy, here with a brief announcement that is really exciting because we finally have some new news about the Lord of the Rings animated movie, The War of the Rohirrim, thanks to an article that was released by Variety late Tuesday evening. And that is a late Monday evening, Valentine's Day. Quite the gift, February 14th of 2022. So let's get into what exactly is new about this Lord of the Rings animated movie. The first animated movie that we're going to have in nearly, I think it is 30, maybe 40 years. I haven't done the full math, but oof, I'm very excited to say the least. Now, what is this movie? The movie is called Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. It is going to be an animated movie that is going to be released in April of 2024, so roughly 2 years and change from now, by Warner Brothers Animation Studios. Now, the release date is currently set for April 12th of 2024. You may recognize Helm Hammerhand's name because we hear it when Theoden says, in the movie, the horn of Helm Hammerhand shall sound in the deep one last time. And basically that is a reference to Helm Hammerhand, the ninth king of Rohan. Now, Helm has a really great story. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I don't want to get too into spoiler territory. However, I will say that if they do this story properly, I think it is going to be really great. I am very, very excited for it. That I think we could potentially see quite a bit of nuance in the deep dive into the lore. Something that's not quite the Silmarillion, but also isn't like more about the trilogy, right? Because a lot of people tend to focus on the trilogy. So let's focus on what we know. I'm going to bring the Variety article up and kind of read to you what we know, as well as give you my thoughts on it and what that could potentially mean for the lore. So the first thing we found out is obviously the release date, April 12th of 2024. It is set 2 centuries before the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. So we're about 200 years before the start of sort of all the excitement, before The Hobbit, for The Lord of the Rings. We will follow King Helm Hammerhand as he goes to war with the Dunlendings and the Easterlings. Now, the Dunlendings, you actually see them in the movie. They are known as the Wild Men. The Wild Men are the ones that Saruman recruits to basically burn Rohan to the ground. And the Wild Men who are, I'll refer to them as the Dunlendings because the Wild Men is a little bit of a misnomer, and it's what the people of Rohan sort of call them. But they are basically people that went to war with Rohan, and, you know, hundreds of years ago, they lost, essentially. This is a bit of a spoiler, but Helm Hammerhand is successful in the end, and he and Gondor sort of, Rohan and Gondor sort of forge this alliance, and there is goodwill between them. But the Dunlendings get the short end of the stick. The movie is going to be directed by Kenji Kamiyama. Kenji Kamiyama is the director of the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex TV show. He is also heading the new Blade Runner Black Lotus anime series, as well as a couple of different things that he has been a part of, including, and I just found this out, DuckTales. The cartoon DuckTales from the Disney property. So I'm very excited to see what this means. Whether or not this is an anime style movie or a more traditionally Western animated style remains to be seen. We don't have a lot of information. However, we do know that one of the folks that founded Toonami, whose name escapes me at the moment, is going to be heading a part of this, as well as the folks at Sola Entertainment. Now, let me bring up my notes. Sola Entertainment, you may recognize because they did a number of animated stuff. I'm going to list them right now. They are doing the Ultraman series for Netflix. They also did the animated Rick and Morty short. I don't know if anybody is a Rick and Morty fan here, but they did a Rick and Morty short. They did Ultraman. They did the God of High School anime. They did Monkey Rampage. they did Tower of God, they did Napping Princess. They have a bunch of stuff under their belt, basically. And as an anime fan, I am very excited for this. For those that are wondering that are also anime fans, my top 5 are Attack on Titan, Made in Abyss, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Cowboy Bebop, and Violet Evergarden are my top 5. But I also enjoy Soul Eater, My Hero Academia, Megalobox, and Vinland Saga. Again, that is just a very brief aside for all my anime fans out there. They also, Sola Entertainment also did the animation for one of my favorite Halo series, which is Halo Legends. If you have not already, I'm a huge fan of the Halo series as well as most science fiction series. Halo Legends is phenomenal. I do recommend you go and check that out if you are a Halo fan at all. All this is to say, I think Sola is going to do a great job with the animation. And if you're not a fan of traditional Japanese anime, please know that they have done 3D animation as well as the more traditional sort of anime style. I hate putting that in air quotes, but like, I think it'll be just fine. So we got this amazing image from the Variety article, and I think that just looks awesome. So we have got Edoras in the right-hand corner, and we've got all of what I assume to be are the Haradrim, because the Mumakil is right there, right? That is a Mumakil, the Oilifant, as Sam calls them in the movie and the books. So we will likely be seeing animated versions of all of this, and I, for one, am very excited to see more of this. Now, as far as my initial thoughts go on all of this, I obviously am very excited for all of this, but this strikes me as a moment where The Lord of the Rings can grow beyond the shadow of the Peter Jackson trilogy, right? Because think about it. This animated movie is going to be the first of its kind in 40 years. The TV show is still going to get compared to the Peter Jackson trilogy. The Hobbit also got compared to the Peter Jackson trilogy. And I feel like there is going to be a moment where the Lord of the Rings community is going to grow beyond that. Even though it has been 20 years, it's very much like the Star Wars original trilogy, right? The original trilogy in Star Wars is like that baseline that everything is compared to. And I feel like this animated movie is going to be the first real moment for the Lord of the Rings community to grow beyond that. I'm sure people will still compare it to the original trilogy. However, I think it is going to be a really great moment for the Tolkien community to grow. I think this concept art looks amazing. They are definitely taking Peter Jackson inspiration, which is good because we've got 3 huge players from the Peter Jackson sort of era and that trilogy in this new movie. So one of the writers, Philippa Boyens, is going to be a writer for this movie. We also have 2 very prominent Tolkien concept artists that were a part of the Jackson trilogy as a part of this trilogy. So John Howe and Alan Lee are both going to be part of this movie. If you have not already familiarized yourself with John Howe and Alan Lee, I cannot recommend anymore that you go check them out as soon as this video is over. Thank you all so much for watching. We are going to be doing a live Q&A about this series on my Twitch, so if you missed this, make sure you catch the next Twitch stream. I announce all of those over on my Discord, as well as my Twitter and my TikTok. So make sure you're following me there, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.